From the Shack podcast is sponsored by Thermapen. Designed for chefs and loved by home cooks worldwide, Thermapen ensures perfectly cooked food every single time. With its unrivaled speed and accuracy, sleek waterproof design, and a 5-year guarantee, Thermapen is certified to perfect every roast, bake, barbecue and steak. Myself and Dec highly recommend Thermapen as it's the only food thermometer that we use at home as well as when we're cooking at our pop-ups. So cook to temp and not time and enjoy the episode. Welcome back everyone to From the Shack podcast. I'm Steve, joined by Dec as usual, episode 13, mate. 13.
Unlucky for going to get this far.
I didn't, to be honest. I thought we'd get about 3 episodes in and go, no one's watching, mate. We'll go back just to texting each other. But no, it's going really well. And yeah, all the support we're getting, keep it coming because yeah, it really does help. And
Keep tagging.
Yeah, keep tagging and sharing. I like the posts where people show us where they're listening to us, like on the car or on the phone and stuff like that.
And
yeah, it's cool. So keep them coming. Like I say, it's episode 13. We're going to have all the usual stuff like what we've been cooking. I've been super busy, so I've not cooked loads, but there is quite a few cool stuff. We've got Dec's top 3 cookbooks. We did my top 3 way back. We've got Dec's current top 3. We'll probably do this again. I don't know. Season 2 or something.
I've got 4, but only because I've just got one.
He's a grab and get. He always, you know what I mean?
So I've got 4 just because I thought, well, there's a new one that's just come through, so it might be a future top 3.
So we've got that to come. Also, it was kind of like a last-minute ad lib topic, sort of subtopic that we're going to just touch on because I think it's an interesting topic. A lot of people ask, you know, what barbecues you recommend and stuff. And
ceramics all the same?
Yeah. Someone asked, you know, it sounds like they're interested in getting a ceramic, and they asked what would we prefer out of a KJ or a green egg. So we're going to talk about that, talk about the differences, the likenesses, and
hopefully not too one-sided.
No, I mean we're both KJ owners. We're both KJ owners.
However, I have been in the shop and I've lifted the lids up and stuff.
Yeah,
so I've never cooked on one as such, but I've lifted the lids up and had a little look around them. Yeah,
I'm going to play. I think if you've cooked on any, you can have a play round with one and you'll know. Yeah, they're all going to cook very similar. But yeah, we'll come to that anyway. We've got news and events, which we'll come to. We've got a shout out for Alfresco Chapel. We've also got some news about the barbecue classes that I'm hosting, the Cheshire BBQ School. Very, very brief because we've got quite a lot to pack in this episode, but we'll squeeze as much in as we can.
Yeah.
We've got listener shout-outs and brand shout-outs. There's quite a few people now reaching out to us, hence the topic that we're doing with the Kamado J's. That was from someone messaging us with a shout-out. And then we have some news about an upcoming guest, which I think we're actually going to get here, which is nice because he doesn't live in Manchester, Cheshire area. I've not even told you about that.
I'm not. I'd like to know.
It literally happened in the car.
We're not on it. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Great. And that's it. So yeah, we've got loads to get stuck into. So I think we might as well dive straight in, don't we?
Let's go for it, mate.
Yeah. So do you want to jump on what you've been cooking?
Yeah. No pod snacks tonight.
No pod snacks.
So I've been quite busy myself. I haven't really used the barbecue since the weekend. So no pod snacks tonight.
Okay.
I'll probably just go in order of sort of closeness.
Yeah.
So at the weekend I did chicken tikka vindaloo.
Seen this, yeah.
I had a load of chicken tikka frozen in the freezer because I do a lot of batch cooking with chicken tikka and stuff. I had a load of base gravy for the curries. So I thought, give it a bit of a go. Vindaloo on the barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean, it does lend itself in certain ways because of the high heat. It really helps with the caramelization.
Yeah.
So really high heat. I mean, sometimes you struggle getting that and as much high heat as you can on the barbecue actually inside.
Yeah.
Obviously your gas ring is limited to a certain.
Yeah.
And in like Indian restaurants and Indian curry houses.
Yeah, they have specific
proper
Chinese like what?
Yeah, they've got proper ones.
More
a little bit more. So yeah, it was good. I did, to be honest, I did a couple of curries. I did 2 curries on there. I did just a standard vegetarian curry sauce, and I did the vindaloo, and then I also did, which I was going to post a video about, but I haven't. I did a biryani.
Right.
The only thing was I put a little bit too much oil in when I cooked the rice.
Mm.
So and
I've never made a biryani. I don't eat.
Fried rice, mate.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot. That's the thing. Like if I'm getting a curry, I'm proper like typical like. I want curry, but it's
in place of the rice.
Right. Okay.
Because it is just the biryani, it's just a rice dish, but then with a sauce side to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I did the 2 sauces and the biryani. So yeah, no, it was good. The only thing I'd say is I think I just put a little bit too much oil in, so maybe a slight barbecue fail. I might even post it still.
Yeah. It looks awesome. I've seen the Vindaloo one. Vindaloo's not my go-to curry. I'm like more of a Balti guy, or dopey or something like that. No, corn. I do like a corn. I'm not going to shy away from it. So I used to always get my lad when he was getting curries. I'd always get him corners when he was young, and I used to get him a full one because I knew he wouldn't eat it all, and I knew I'd just be able to mop up the sauce with the bread. And it was nice, but yeah.
No, the harder better for me. So no, it was good. It was good. You get like a nice smoky flavour, which adds to it, which I thought was pretty good. Did a bit of a midweek barbecue, just supermarket jolly. Yeah. It was just literally rubbish that I bought from the supermarket, or the missus bought. You know, a bit of Cajun chicken, char siu, steak, sausages, just pretty much all lobbed on. I did like a 2-zone cooking. Yeah. So I put the deflector plate in one side, grill on one side. I was almost just like getting the colour and then transferring it onto that side, letting it cook. Just easy, really. You know, nothing major, just simple midweeker.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. Sometimes we all do that. Like we always say, don't we? Oh, people have this preconceived idea of barbecue. It's just burgers and sausages. Sometimes it's all right, just do burgers and sausages.
Mate, that just took me back to when I was a kid. If ever you were going to someone's barbecue or anything, they're just lobbing stuff like everything's marinated. The chicken marinated, all these different flavours.
Everything's value added.
Everything. Or they got to go to one of these proper supermarket butchers. And they just literally, everything's just dipped in a glaze or a sauce. So look, I mean, it was good. Yeah.
You've just got to be careful, and you could with the sweet sauces like the sugar and stuff on the barbecue.
Yeah, well, I had like Cajun. Again, it didn't. I don't think I had much sugar in because it wasn't too bad. But again, I only sat it like 200 degrees. Sat at 200. It wasn't too. You know, just a bit of a midweek jobby. I did a Mexican burger.
That looked mega, mate.
Yeah, just a couple of sort of quarter-pounder patties. On some toasted brioche with, I think I had sour cream, salsa, guacamole, plastic cheese, and the actual tortilla crisps.
Yeah, they look class.
It was hard to eat though.
It was massive. I was going to say it was huge.
Yeah. To be honest, I took a photo and then took one off.
I've done that. Once I've got my Insta shots, I start dismantling it.
It's like, I see it when people do like 10 smash burgers in one, and I'm just thinking, you just know you're going to take each one in them in two and feed the family after you got your shot. So it was good. I had a bit of that. I did a roast with all the trimmings, just a big roast.
Really good as well.
Yeah, all the trimmings. I used Harry J's Black Beast. On the beef. Which was good. I cooked it to about 60 degrees. I know it does look a bit rarer, but it was probably more towards the medium side, but only because it had family. Sometimes people really don't like roast beef where it's like really rare. I don't mind it, but I mean, to be honest, I cooked it to about 60. I might have even been about 59, just because I thought I was getting a bit nervous that I was going to overcook it completely, but it actually worked out really well, actually, to be honest. And I just roasted it, to be honest. I didn't do anything else. I just literally... It was just roasted on the barbecue at 180 degrees. When I put it on, it was a bit more. It was probably about 220 when I put on, but that's almost in place of you serving. Closed my vents down as much as I could. Let it drop to 180. Stayed
just like top side or something.
Yeah, just a rubbish piece. Like it was nice. So I did some, and I did a chicken with it. While that was resting, while the beef was resting, I just put the chicken on. Again, like I'd used the garlic butter chicken. I mean, again, just spatchcock, just perfect, isn't it? So roast two meats again, loved it. Yorkshires, cauliflower cheese.
Yorkies look good.
Yeah, Yorkies were good.
They doing a barbecue as well?
No, mate. Do you know what? I don't really like doing the Yorkshires on the barbecue because
you can do it. Here's my take on it. You can do them. I just think they're better out the oven, and I think it's because when you close an oven door, it's a sealed environment, and
it's the heat. It's where the heat. When you're putting it in a convection oven, like the heat's circling round. You've got heat from everywhere. In the barbecue, you got heat from below. So, no, I have done Yorkshire on the barbecue, but I just No, there's no point.
No, it's just a lot
There's
easier.
no point.
It's just something to worry about then, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, and then I did some steaks on the barbecue. Did you see that sizzle that I got with it?
I did.
I mean, the fat was just dancing.
It was
so.
it was almost like a professional. It was a Hollywood style. Actually.
I know. I didn't actually try to do the crossbars. I didn't really try.
Just happened.
Well, I just moved it a bit, and then I thought, wow, that looks actually really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, bit of sizzle. I thought it might have gone viral, you know, with all the fat dancing on, but obviously not.
I seen it, and I thought I was going to get shared loads. I thought it looked class. I thought it looked class.
Well, if anyone sees it, give it a like.
Give it a like and a share. You know, do you just quickly for me, you know, like you said about the crisscrosses. What are your thoughts? Because I'm more of it. I like to have to pull it all over. Yeah, I like the full crust.
I haven't really got a preference. I mean,
I wouldn't turn it away, but
I haven't really got a preference. The only thing I have had sometimes is when I've had a restaurant and they have like the real thick cast iron grates and they do the crisscross. Sometimes the crisscrosses are a little bit too bitter for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because they're a bit burnt.
I just think sometimes similar point when you go to it's only in a restaurant that I've had this. I've enjoyed it
in a restaurant.
Is where the crisscross is really, really dark, but the bits in between are like not done enough.
Yeah, I know, like,
and you're like, this is
like grey.
Yeah, it's grey. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it looked good anyway. So
yeah, it looked class. Nice. It looked class.
Nice. I just do all mistakes like that, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I did. One that I really, really liked was a maple chipotle chicken on a sea of batter. And the chicken was just like, honestly, the chicken was perfect. It was like crispy and it was charred. It was you know, it was really, really good. And then pouring on a big massive sea of batter.
Yeah.
With salad and mayo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be making so much more of that.
Yeah.
In the summer, you know, as it comes to summer, I can't wait to be making more of that. And again, we had that maple chipotle rub from America, the one that I got from America. Right. It was really good. Yeah. Really, really good. Well impressed. So I mean, that's it really, mate. Yeah. That's what I've been cooking over the last 2-week period. It's not loads, but I mean, actually, I mean, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's not bad 6 times in the cooking 6 times in a 2-week period. It's similar to me. So I've not cooked. I've had like a super busy 2 weeks, and I've had loads of takeout. I've had McDonald's. I told you I was hungover, didn't I? I went out that Friday. I'm not a big drinker, man. I don't drink very often. And yeah, I overdid it. And it took me the day after I had McDonald's twice. I mean, you know, you're rough if you have McDonald's twice. McDonald's twice. Morning. I got it in the morning, and then I got it at night for the dinner. There's double sausage and egg, you know. I get the wraps. I like the breakfast wrap. Oh, no, sausage and egg. Double sausage and egg muffin for me is just unbelievable. It's not enough though. It's like too lighter, isn't it? I absolutely love it. It's gone. And you know, over at Catering Butcher, they actually do the sausage patties. Yeah. I'd eat anything from McDonald's because it's proper hangover food for me. I have a as I've grown, I do have a dislike for McDonald's in general. Just don't like anything about it. But when you're hungover, it's what you need. And then that naff Coke that they have as well. It's just you just need it, don't you? So I've not cooked loads, and I've been super busy. But some of the stuff that I have done, I did like a chicken fried rice with a satay sauce. Again, dead easy on the barbecue. Just done chicken thighs, sliced, done a fried rice indoors. I think they're one of my favourites on the barbecue. It's just easy. Sliced it, put it over the thing, put a satay sauce on it, like what they're having it, like chilies, spring onions, sesame seeds. Dead easy. And then I did pizzas after you said. I kept feeling guilty, like looking at it. And the kids were saying, I think I said to Anna when we was in the car, Deck did pizzas today, I've not done it. And the kids were in the back, Dad, we want pizza. You didn't do a jerk one then, though? No. So I let the kids sort of do their own, like you do, because it's like a bit of a thing, and they put junk on it. They did like ham and hot dogs and stuff like that. You know, everyone's on my way. I'm doing these pizzas. I want to get a perfect circle. Get on your way. Tell me what you want. I'll put it on for you, but you're not doing them yourself. No, I know, dude. They like it. And then just like grab me, shut some up. The problem is like with pizza. I don't know if you get this, like. Because I make them individually, so I'll do Lily one, I'll do Daisy one, I'll do Anna one, and then by the time I've made mine, they're finished. They've finished the dinner. Yeah, well, when I did 7 the other week, what I did was the little lad's the youngest, so he's like 7. I'd done his first, lobbed it out of the lad, and said, "Go on, you go and eat." And then what I did was I put them all on the side once they were cooked, and then give them 30 seconds extra at the end.
Right.
All that.
Just to warm her through. Yeah, it's a good idea, that. It's a good idea. So I did that, and
Yeah, all week.
yeah. Me and Anna just started, we had, I was just going to have margarita, and then I got some like salami, parma ham, pepperoni.
A bit of a meat feast.
Yeah, a bit of a meat feast, a bit of like an Italian style meat feast. I had a venison steak, which I just cooked. So I was having, Anna and the kids had already eaten. I just needed something, and I went in Aldi and they had venison steaks and just grabbed it. Just did it with chimichurri, crispy onions. It's banging. And then I did a cook last Friday down at Millington Hall Farm, where I'll be doing the thingy days, because they've got an offset, and I'll be using the offset on doing the demos, and I've never used an offset before, so I signed up for something that I thought I need to go and at least have a play on it. I went and I did a turkey breast, some of Liam's hot links, just like some wings, and then I did it's got 2 grills on the other side, like normal charcoal grills, which is pretty cool. I did
Are they a bit more direct, are they?
Yeah. So I did leeks, hispy cabbage, spring onions, and like charred red chilies, and just done like a veggie medley. It was just gave it to the staff, let them try it, and they loved it. It was banging. That was really good. I'll talk more about that later on. And then following Sunday, me and Anna had a turkey dinner using some of the leftover turkey, because it was a massive breast, so I brought some home. So I had the turkey dinner, and I had leeks, scallions, spring onions, and like little roast potatoes. And I made like instead of a gravy, I did a sauce, and I did that in a cook that I'm going to talk about.
Did you like out of a roux, or did you?
So I did a roux,
Yeah.
and I had all like the buttery meat juices that was in the foil from the thing, so I used that to make it, and then I did like Dijon mustard, honey, loads of herbs, to make like a sauce, and it was so good because it was sweet.
Yeah.
You know, with the honey in it, I just never really thought about that. It changes the whole sort of vibe of the dinner. Like it's a Sunday dinner, but not. It was nice. It was quite refreshing to have it. And then I've just done loads because I've been so busy. I've just had like loads of takeout in between them. But then last night I did.
Seeing that.
Spatchcock chicken.
Quite late though.
Yeah, I know.
Fancy pouring the barbecue on 8 o'clock.
Honestly, mate, beginning of the week, Mondays and Tuesdays for me, that's like what time I get in, settle down after the kids' classes and that. That's what time it is. So I did spatchcock chicken, which I used Tubby Tom's bone sucker on. So it turned out really well. Did it on the Summit, Kamado. Did hispy cabbage again just because they're banging. Like
I need to do more of it, to be honest.
I've done it. I'm going for a while with it now. Yeah, I'm trying different things with it. So last night I did got some tahini and yogurt, mixed all that together, put some lemon juice and salt, and I just put that down as like a bed, and then put the hispy cabbage on it.
Yeah.
Drizzle some ranch on it, drizzle some chili sauce on it, and then what else? I think it was like sweet onion sauce, and then put migas, so like deep fried breadcrumbs all over it, just had a bit of crunch. Phenomenal, mate. Like sometimes you have it as a side to a meat, and I think I could just eat this.
Yeah, but it's that similar to when you go to like Miller and Carter. They always do these wedges, and there's so much flavour.
Yeah, it's banging. So I had that, and then I did that. Like that sauce again with the chicken last night. So I spatchcocked chicken, cooked it, and then just portioned it, put it out, and then had a bit of a refrigerator. We had some vine tomatoes and lemons and stuff. So just did all that, and that's pretty much anything of note that I've cooked. There has been like other bits and bobs, but nothing like worth talking about.
I'll be having a rubbish tea tonight.
I don't know what I'm having tonight. I might get kebab, you know.
Oh.
I'm still feeling rough.
I'm getting it. I'm just going to do grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Few sandwiches.
Yeah, you can't beat them though.
Yeah, we get that Edam. Is it Edam cheese?
Edam
cheese, the one with the red.
Yeah. Edam.
I don't know if it is, you know.
Oh, there's a few different like Dutch cheeses.
I can't remember which one it is, but anyway, it's so good for cheese. And then literally you pull it apart, and you can literally stick one on the ceiling and one down here. It's so good.
Yeah,
I'll have to talk about that one next.
I love grilled cheese.
I
do love them.
If you hear me, what's cooking?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So just to go on, because I think it's worth probably talking about the day at Millington Hall Farm.
Yeah.
Went really well. They loved the food, which was great for me because I was worried. And one of the things, I got to play on an offset, which is really cool because we spoke about offsets before. That I've never cooked on an offset before.
I'd love to have one. I've always said I would love to have one. And just again, for me, it's hard when you've had, say, like the ceramics, it's hard to cook on other things because of the fuel efficiency of other things.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's like, I struggle to then justify where, like, cooking on that when I'm thinking, well, that'll be like twice the amount of fuel that, say, the Kamado Joe will be. That's all for me, but I would absolutely love one still.
Well, I did that turkey breast on it.
Yeah.
And it was great, and I've done plenty of turkey breasts on like the Kamado and Weber's and stuff like that.
You think it was elevated?
I wouldn't say elevated. The smoke flavour was far more intense.
Because for me, I would struggle to know unless I had two side by side. I keep saying this, like, I need to cook them side by side and then go, let me taste that and let me taste that, because I don't genuinely think I'd remember.
Yeah. I definitely noticed the difference. And I mean, turkey breast is so simple anyway. You put it in, you wrap it in foil with a load of butter upside down, put it in for another
Them breasts,
40 minutes.
If the big breasts, it's better. I know, like, it's bigger than...
What about the barbecue though?
Bigger than breasts.
This barbecue pod, we're on it.
But no, only because you can let it have more smoke.
Yeah.
So that, you know, that you can... sometimes the problem I have cooking turkey breasts is, because they're a little bit smaller, by the time they've got the colour that you need, you've only got like a 20-minute wrap in the butter.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was bigger, you get that real dark colour after about 2.5 hours. Maybe even let it go for a bit longer before you wrap it. Yeah. And, you know, just finishing it in the wrap just to speed the cooking process up.
Well, this took a while. I think it's because I was battling with the temperatures for a while. Because obviously I'd never used it. And the staff there, they're not barbecue cooks. They don't cook. They've always had people in to use it and do the demos. So I was like just sort of flying blind with it. So I think the overall cook was about 4 hours.
Which I think is probably about right.
I think I could have done it quicker. I think it's just because of that battling at the start. But no, it was great. They loved it. And the great thing that's come from that is there's a lot of other things. So I'm doing the Millington Hall Farm Wild Grill Experience Day, where I'm the demo chef for them days. I think it's every weekend next month, and a couple of other corporate things. And then they don't do anything there through the summer, and then it picks up again in September where they do it. So I'll probably be doing it in September as well. But we've had discussions. I think I did the food because they didn't know me. They were a bit not standoffish. Like, we were just sort of getting to know each other. And because I got to chat to them more, because they tried the food and they loved it, they've approached me now since then about doing other things there, like other events, which is really exciting. I don't want to say too much until it's confirmed, but I'm like pretty excited by it. It's cool. So yeah, it's all going on, mate. And this will be an exclusive, although I might have announced it by the time the podcast goes out. My
exclusive but non-exclusive.
Yeah, a non-exclusive, exclusive. The Cheshire BBQ School classes are going to be held at Millington Hall Farm.
They're all live now, aren't they? They're all available to book live.
The first batch, yeah. So I've announced, I think it's 5 dates. Tickets have started to sell, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
There are still tickets available. So yeah, if you're interested, give us a shout. I'm going to try, and I'm going to get these out of the way first, sort of hone my skills. And
you'll learn most in the first couple of ones anyway.
Yeah.
You know what'll be, you'll learn what's right and what's good and what's bad and stuff in the first couple of ones anyway.
Yeah, so I'm excited by that. But that's going to be at Millington Hall Farm, which is a really good venue, especially for something like that. And the offsets there. I'm going to bring a load of my barbecues there. They've basically given me like two outhouses that are just not being used, that I can use, and I can store everything in there and keep it in there, set up tables in there. If the weather's not so great, because we do live in England, I can still do it because the whole side open, so I can still have the barbecues lit inside under cover. So yeah, really excited by that. That's super cool. So that was to tell me that. I'm not going to say too much more about it and waffle on about it, but yeah, just watch this space. Oh, one thing I will say about it, which was really good, Leviathan Pits, who we've mentioned now a couple of times, who like probably one of the most up and coming, if not the best offset builders in the UK at the minute. They see my post, and the guy who actually designs the pits for Leviathan, they get sort of the brains behind the outfit, if they don't mind me saying, he reached out to me because he used to do like go do visits and do I can't remember what it's called. What is it called where someone goes and
they're like a consultant.
Consultancy, yes. We do consultancy for live fire restaurants.
Is he going to get into Millington?
He pointed out a few things because he knows the pit. So he said, I've worked in that pit before. He pointed out a few things to keep my eye on. And he actually noticed that the stack is missing. The top of the stack's missing. So
that dude, does it increase the flow?
He said, he said the reason why it was swinging mainly was probably because of that. So they haven't got one at the farm. They don't know where it is. So, but they've got a welder who works there. He's going to make one.
All right, cool.
So huge shout out.
That's brilliant, to be fair.
Didn't need to, that's just off his own back. Dropped me a message, and the same, likewise, Marcus Borden as well has dropped me some really nice messages. It was really nice, and a few other people. So yeah, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it.
It's big enough, isn't it? The UK is big enough.
Yeah, it's
you're not competing with Mark.
No.
That's the thing. The UK is big enough. It's as the barbecue community gets bigger and bigger, more people are getting involved, and more people are going to want this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've said it all along. Like, the UK barbecue community is like really welcoming, and it's such a varied group of people. Like, you've got. See, I always thought, you're quite like me. You probably thought similar. I always thought, I don't know if I fit into this community because
I struggle.
I'm just a bit of a gobshite.
I struggle. I struggle with anything like that because I'm just like, I just can't bring myself to do this.
Yeah, but then you meet people. And you get to meet Steve and Adam at Alfresco, and you your dad, and you go, actually,
they're all similar people. They're just basically like cooking food.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. So yeah. If you listen to this and you wondered about getting involved in the community, do it.
It was the show.
Yeah. So that was that. So that was my cooks and my experience at Millington Hall Farm. We also, again, by the time this is out, it's already been and done because this is being released on Mother's Day.
Yeah, this is Alfresco's.
Alfresco Chapel's open days on Saturday. I'm going to head down. You can't make it because you're at the football.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, that's not.
I can't bring myself to miss the biggest game of the season, League Two's biggest clash of the season.
But I'll be down there, and there's quite a few people who've dropped messages into the podcast Instagram.
I think my dad might go.
Yeah,
he said I was talking to my father. He said he might go.
I think it's going to be pretty packed. Since we're loads of people going.
I've told everyone in work. People are saying, a couple of them work are saying, I'm going to get what I want, a new barbecue, and I'm going to Manchester on Saturday. So one of them saying, I'm going to Manchester on Saturday to go and look for a new barbecue. Listen here, mate. You're not going to Manchester.
That's Charlie now. Charlie now.
Get yourself down, Charlie.
Yeah. But Liam's going, so yeah, I'm going to get to hang out with Liam outside of his white overalls, which would be quite nice. And yeah, just meet a few people and have a chat. So if you were there and you spoke to me, I say apologies if I acted like an idiot, but yeah, that's just how it is. Yes, another thing I do want to mention is some of the partners with the. I just want to say thank you, really, for Cheshire BBQ School. So, namely, Globaltic Charcoal, Thermopen, who sponsored this podcast as well. Orby Coolers are now getting involved, which is going to be really, really cool. Weber, who have supplied a couple of the barbecues that are going to be there, as well as all the kettles that we're going to be cooking on. So yeah, thank you very much. There is more to be announced, which is super cool. People just wanting to get involved and help, and I really do appreciate it. Yeah. Anything else? News in the community from yourself?
I don't think so, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's been quiet 2 weeks, really.
Yeah.
Just events that are going to be on in the future, really, that are open coming events, which is Alfresco's a big one coming up.
Yeah, I think what we'll do, because we did that big rundown, didn't we, of all the events that were upcoming not so long ago, so we're not going to do that every episode. But maybe in a few episodes' time we'll then revisit the calendar.
So when we're coming up, there's a few events coming up in June, isn't there?
Yeah, and I'll have some stuff to add to the calendar as well, probably down at the farm, wink wink, nudge nudge. Yeah. So I think we get on to one of our topics.
Yes.
Which was sent to us by one of our pals. But thank you, mate. Really do appreciate it.
Red versus green.
Red versus green. Ceramics. He asked which do we think is best, Kamado Joe or Green Egg? Now, as we said at the start, we're both Kamado Joe owners.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, I think I can honestly, hand on heart, say I'll give you an honest, unbiased view. But I think what we'll probably do is you've got a bit of a list of things that you can go through, the differences or similarities. From
an overview at the end, from an age point of view, Green Egg's obviously the first one.
Yeah.
It's been around for 50 odd years.
Mm-hmm.
Kamado Joe's a little bit newer. I assume they sort of took the idea and thought they could make it better and innovate it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, ceramic cooking's been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
You know, it's based on Japanese cooking, so it's been around, well, thousands of years probably. So yeah, just from a similarities point of view, I mean, colour, one's red, one's green.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally prefer red, but only due to my football team. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Do you know what? I did prefer red. And I think that's why I went with KJ.
You're team black now.
I do like black, yeah.
Team black.
I want a black grill.
Team Weber.
Yeah, no, I want a black ceramic.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had this Aldi ceramic originally. That was
Yeah.
So yeah, from a colour point of view, I mean, I think that's just personal preference really for anybody.
It doesn't make any difference, yeah.
Ceramic, I mean, I think they're both compatible, and I think from a performance point of view, I believe they'll be exactly the same. I don't think there'll be any difference.
Yeah.
Again, both offer a lifetime warranty on the ceramics.
And the models that they do, they both do the mini,
the
classic,
junior, classic,
and then a large,
classic 3. I think they call mini max and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they both offer a similar range of sizes from a grill point of view.
I heard a rumour a while back, and I've not heard any murmurings of it since. It probably was about 6 months ago that Green Egg were bringing out a bigger one than the big one.
A bigger one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the cooking surface on this both the standard range is both, I think they're both 18-inch. So I mean, the KJ3 and that, they're both of a similar size. Again, accessories wise, for me, they both have every accessory that you need. You know, they both have rotisseries. They have so much stuff. Maybe Green Egg have a few more like branded pots and stuff like that. And
I was going to say it's like the utensil types.
Yeah, they maybe have a few more like branded cast iron dishes and stuff like that. But I think really they're quite similar.
Yeah.
KJ does have the slow roller though.
Yep.
Which is supposedly developed by Harvard.
Right.
And it actually they've sort of like it shows how the smoke moves.
It starts the smoke.
It goes like that, doesn't it? Yeah. So it comes up and swirls round over the meat and then up and out.
Yeah.
Again, not really qualified to on that other than.
Have you compared using it and not using it?
No, but I do use it.
Yeah. I don't use it for every cook, but I do use it. If it's a long cook, I use it. But I'll be honest, I've not noticed it.
Again, similar thing. I'd go side by side.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
I think you'd have to go side by side. Because again, it'll be like an extra. You know, you'll get 10% extra smoke now, or a portion of extra smoke. I don't know whether you'd know that just by remembering it. I think you'd have to have them side by side. Yeah. So yeah. Again, for me, like the KJ's got the airlift hinge. I'm not sure. Does the Green Egg have a similar airlift hinge? Because
it's an assisted hinge.
Yeah, well,
there's got a spring on it, innit?
Well, when I've actually picked one up, I think the spring wasn't connected because I really struggled lifting it up. It didn't, like the classic one doesn't have an airlift hinge. Yeah. And you're really struggling lifting it up. So, again, maybe I need to look at that a bit more. But the one I looked at once, it didn't have the airlift hinge, but maybe that was a lower model or similar to KJ.
Oh, it could have just been that it was the showroom model and
it could be built. Yeah, maybe. The only thing I'd say, obviously, with the Kamado Joe, they've now gone into this connected range.
Yep.
So they're sort of almost targeting the market of
it's almost pellet grill like
simplicity of the pellet grill, but you've still got the charcoal flavour. So whether that would edge your decision if you wanted to go KJ or Green Egg, you've got that bit extra, where you've got the controller on there with the automatic fire starter, and you've obviously you basically you press a button, it lights all your charcoal for you, and then and then the whole thing you can control off your phone.
The thing I like about the connected is, I think if you were a non-barbecuer, I think you could look at a Kamado grill and be a bit intimidated by it.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that would get you actually possibly to purchase one. The price tag is a thing, but if money was an object and you purchase one, I think that would be an easy way to get you into it. And then I think once you start using that, you'd stop using it pretty quick and start.
You'd just get the hang of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because it's one of them.
I only use it on long cooks for me.
Yeah.
Long cooked, it'd be a godsend for overnights and that.
But I like that it lights the charcoal. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think most of them should get that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, I have it in the office sometimes. Like I've got a couple of lads and they say, "Oh, I can't deal with charcoal. I can't be bothered with charcoal." So they've just got gas. Well, maybe that would be like if the thing is, people would have to show them that and say, "Look how easy this is." Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in person for you know, and there's a whole market there of gas grillers that you could really get into the charcoal side by using that.
You hear that all the time, don't you? Like, oh, charcoal, it takes 15 minutes. Just get a chimney and use happy days.
No, 100%, and I've been saying it for years. So, yeah, just the standard models, for me, there's probably very little difference, and it will be personal preference on colour and brand. However, if you want something a little bit more, the connected range is, for me, is absolutely top. And that I like it. You can't really, I don't think you could compare the green egg to the connected range. It's a different barbecue.
Yeah, it's a different. It's like trying to compare a pellet grill to a kettle. It's different.
It's different, but generally the standard ranges are very, very, very similar. And you know, I prefer KJ, but I don't actually know why I preferred KJ originally.
I think
I can't remember.
It's a brand thing. It's like why do you like Adidas overnight? Well, I don't know.
Well, Coke.
Yeah. I don't know. I just do. Like,
yeah.
But I've got a Kamado Joe because at that moment when I got into barbecue and I was like feeling confident and I wanted a ceramic, at that time KJ seemed to be the one that was at the forefront. So when I was going on Instagram and stuff like that,
people were
KJ was there. Like green egg was every now and again. I only knew about green egg from Tom Kerridge series.
Yeah.
Everyone had a Kamado Joe. Kamado Joe.
My mum's husband had one, and I just wouldn't for years get one because I was like, no, I'm all right with my Weber.
Yeah,
I'm all right with my Master Touch. Whatever you can do on that, I'll do it. And then one came up in, I've probably told the story before, but one came up in Aldi, just an Aldi ceramic.
Yeah.
And I just thought, it was like 300 quid, so I just thought, I'll go for it, like, you know, so let's just see. And literally, I didn't use my Weber after it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't. And I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I'm like, no, I want a Kamado Joe now.
Yeah.
So it was like a bit of a stepping stone for me. I was just like, I couldn't believe how good it performed, how little fuel and I used. And then I was like, I want all the accessories.
Yeah.
So for me, the natural choice was my mum's husband already had Kamado Joe. The natural progression then was like, I'm having one, I don't care.
Similar. I wanted one, and then I wanted all the bells and whistles. I got the KJ3. Absolutely loved it, and cooked predominantly on it for probably anywhere between like 6 and 8 months.
Yeah.
And then I found myself just going back to my original like 15-year-old Weber kettle, not going back to it and ignoring the KJ. I just like to drop in and use it. And then sometimes if I had people over or if I was cooking Sunday dinner, I'd have the two.
There's always a bit of a bigger surface area on the Weber kettles.
And I'm one of them weird people. I do actually. The KJ is so easy.
Yeah.
Like so easy to once you use it, you'll understand what we're saying. I quite like the fact that the kettle isn't as easy.
Yeah.
I quite like playing around with it. I really do enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, if I had a choice now, if someone said to me, asked me this question, and I didn't have a KJ, and they were like, "What ceramic do you want to get?" Honestly, I don't know what my answer would be.
But there's also a load of other brands.
Well, the one that we did want to mention was what was Garden Grills. They've just rebranded now. It's called Karma Gear, Kama Gear, and they're a British company. And I first come across their grills first at what was the pad?
I just did it at Alfresco Chapel. That's all.
Well, before I seen it. It was at Alfresco Chapel, but not in the shop. It was at Thingy in Preston. The Flame and Food. Food and Flame. Is it Flame and Food or Food? I always get mixed up.
God knows.
Flame and Food, I'm going to call it. It was there. So the first year is when I first seen them, I think.
They're doing some real innovative grills.
Yeah, and I liked it because it was green, it looked cool, and it was smooth.
You can have any colour.
I quite liked it.
Whatever colour.
Well, it just seems to have evolved like over time, and I just think they look really smart. And
do you know what I like?
Have you seen the stuff like the pots now with the grill on top?
Yeah, but I also like, to be honest, I really like the thermometer.
Yeah.
I quite like the thermometer that it sort of is there, a digital thermometer, and then it goes inside, and it still links to your phone as well.
Yeah.
I quite like that, you know.
I just really like the look of them. I just think they look really cool. Plus, it's a British company.
Yeah.
Which nowadays, I think when I got my Kamado, like, you know, but I don't think that would have mattered. I think it matters to me now. I think supporting British companies and, you know, British farmers and all that kind of stuff is kind of something that I want to try my best to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Make Britain great again.
yeah. Got to get blue hats with it on. I don't think I would get a Kamado now, Kamado Joe. I think I would go British, and it's not anything.
I'd still stick with Kamado Joe.
I know you would. I think you're more red. You're more red than I am, and it's not anything to do with that. It's just simply that.
It's what you know as well.
Yeah, for me, I think I just really like where
it's red.
Some of the British companies are.
Red's my favourite colour.
Yeah, I want a black one.
Red is my absolute favourite colour, so I can't.
I want a black one.
Maybe that just influenced.
Yeah,
me, like subconsciously.
Well, the thing is, KJ's. I've got a KJ. It's amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's been the best buy for me. Probably value for money.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably the best barbecue that I've bought. Yeah. Because the enjoyment I've had from it and the cooks that I've had from it and still get from it are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The add-ons are great. So the rotisserie, I love. Only recently got that. Yeah. But all the different things, like I've got a soapstone. I've not got the basket yet, but I am going to get the basket. It's fantastic. But I just think if I didn't have a Kamado and I was getting one now, I'm not going to say I wouldn't get a KJ. What I will say is it wouldn't be that. KJ.
There's a lot more brands now.
Yeah, well, you've got Primo Grills, which is the oval one, which I really like.
Yeah,
really like that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos about them Primos where they put all these in these kilns and they're the only ones standing and stuff like that. So I think they're very well.
They're like all made in America, aren't they? So they're not coming from China like most of the others are.
Yeah.
Monolith.
Again, I quite like some of the innovative stuff that I'm seeing on Monolith.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like even just the simple bit where they're putting pellets in from a front. They have a little pellet.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Almost like an ashtray.
It's the Monolith seem to have. Because Monolith were like on the fringe for me. Like I never really took much notice of them. Yeah. In the last 12 months, I don't know. It's almost took over for me for that sort of classy green egg hotspot where green egg was. I think Monolith was sort of just, for me.
Yeah, if I didn't have a Kamado Joe, I would have a Monolith.
Yeah, they do look really smart.
That's 100% because I've just seen some of the stuff they do, and I think if I was not Kamado Joe all the way, I would go Monolith. Yeah, if I'm honest.
But I think the message that we're probably trying to say is, if you want a ceramic, go and have a look at them.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Stay within your budget.
Go and have a look at them.
Yeah. When you think about your budget, don't just think about the grill. Think about, for instance, think about what your budget is. Would you be able to maybe get a grill from a different brand and get some of the additions for it? Like a rotisserie or, whatever it may be.
That might influence the decision, basically, because, the price point might be too high, but this price point, you might be able to get a rotisserie and the price. So.
Yeah. And if you've never used one before, don't be afraid of getting a cheaper one, I would say, because that's what you did. You got the Aldi one.
Yeah.
And then thought, this is for me. And then you upgraded, because you're always going to be able to move it on. Chances are you're going to get a bulk of your money back you paid for it.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're going to. I remember when Aldi stopped doing them for a bit. And people were selling them for more than they bought them for.
Yeah.
I remember that. They were really good grills. I remember a lot of people talking about them. But yeah, basically that's the message, I think. Ceramic grills are phenomenal. And I don't think you could go wrong. What I would say is stick with a brand rather than, like one of them sort of third-party dodgy adverts that pop up on your screen. Like shipped direct from China and it's only going to cost you 79 pence for a Kamado.
Well, I've got a demo coming up for Kamado Joe, haven't I?
You have, yeah. I'm going to come down, mate.
So, if anyone wants to come and have a look at have a look what they can do, I'll be cooking all day on...
No, it's Knutsford?
Yeah, Knutsford. Harley Garden Centre, yeah. 21st of June.
Yeah, I'll pop down.
I'll be cooking a variety of things.
We'll save the tomahawk till I get there.
Yeah, to the tomahawk. The longest smokes ever, like dead long, because Steve's going to be ages.
He's running late. But no, that was a really good topic. I actually enjoyed talking about that. I mean, it was Mark who he PM'd us, and he basically was just asking us the question. He didn't ask for it to be part of the show. He just was asking what we thought, and I thought it was a really good topic. So nice one, Mark. Mark's been to some of our pop-ups as well. He come to the one in Alty and stuff.
The one in Altrincham.
Yeah, he's an absolute ledge, and he's plating. He's working on his plating.
He's getting his tweezers.
He asked where I got my tweezers from. So yeah, cheers, Mark. Appreciate that, buddy.
Mark, let me know where Steve said he's got his tweezers from, please. So I can get a pair.
I might just start selling branded ones.
Branded tweezers from the shop. Branded tweezers. You probably could do like when you do the sign off.
Yeah, yeah.
And click your tweezers, mate.
Keep your tweezers clicking.
God.
Right, so we get onto these books.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna get straight in now as my number one because I mean it's pretty obvious. I mean it hasn't got a cover on it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean it looks very worn. It's probably covered
You
in.
need a new one of them, mate.
I mean look at the state of it.
You need a new one for the shelf, and that one can just stay
Look at that.
in and out the
I mean
shelf.
that is it looks a right mess, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been
It's covered in curry stains, everything. So it's
used.
Mr. Ricardo's Indian Restaurant Curry at Home Volume 1. Now, I mean, I've got Volume 2 as well. They're both just as good as each other. It basically teaches you how to cook the same as a curry house, basically.
Yeah.
You do the gravy and then it teaches... But, I mean, to be honest, it teaches you starters. It teaches you all the rices, different types of things. I mean, it's absolutely... I mean, look at it. You can see how well worn it is.
Yeah, I've got this book.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's my absolute favourite.
I've not got Volume 2, though.
I've got Volume 2. I've got... Because, again, like, you know, it's got everything from your mixed powder, base gravy, pre-cooked chicken tikka, again, which I normally cook on a barbecue. Barbecue recipes always bang on. Do that a few times and post it online sometimes. I have honestly done most of the stuff in this book.
Yeah.
I've literally went through a period where I nearly did every single recipe.
Yeah.
However, my favourite recipe in there is a Naga Buna Masala.
You love a Naga, don't you, mate?
It's just, I just love Naga. It's my favourite. Did I say it was me? It is my favourite.
You say it every episode, mate.
Yeah,
Every episode.
it's just, I just need to get it out there. Yeah, and I just like the Naga flavour. It's a distinct flavour, and yeah, get some Naga pickle down you. Daddy Cools.
Yeah,
Daddy Cools does the best Naga pickle I've had.
There you go.
So yeah, shout out to Daddy Cools.
But
yeah, that's my absolute favourite, mate.
What's next? On
the hit list.
No, I mean cooking from that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you got anything lined up?
Not really. I did, as I said, I did the biryani and the vindaloo the other day. As I said, it just ruined it a little bit because of the
karahi. I like karahi.
Yeah, it's a little bit more because you have to make a paste as well. So normally the process is, you know, you put some like dry spices in, you add some oil, your dry spices, garlic ginger paste, you add some more spices, some tomato paste, let that cook out a bit, chicken tikka in, and then almost then you just add your base gravy.
Yeah.
But in the karahi and the balti, there's like, because they're a bit of a special curry.
Yeah.
You have to do like this special paste, and then you add this like a green chili paste for the karahi, and the balti as well as you add a special balti paste. Yeah. So again, it's just a little bit more work if you know one of them ones, but you will get a better curry.
Yeah. I bought the book. I think I've done the balti.
100% everything,
like the rice, the base gravy sauce. I've not cooked it.
Even the mint rater and Bombay aloo. Or I mean, you won't have a bad recipe in there, to be honest with you. 100%. That was the other one, just a simple veg curry.
Yeah.
So that's a great book. That's my ultimate fave, and you can see it's so well worn.
Yeah.
Again, in no particular order then, really. I've got Genevieve Taylor's Seared book.
Classic.
It's just a great book, to be honest, and sometimes there's recipes in it where I know I wouldn't normally cook.
Yeah.
So there's some recipes I know I wouldn't cook, and I've just gone, do you know what? I'll try it. You know, and even some of the sauces, romesco sauce for steak sauces, again, just something a little bit different from chimichurri.
Yeah.
There's just loads of stuff in it. Again, I've used this. There's a picana with a piri-piri sauce and a grilled veg. I mean, I love stuff like that in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's absolutely my fave. So again, I've done stuff like this myself and done all of the sauce on the barbecue. Really, really good. But my favourite recipe in here has got to be the brisket recipe.
Yeah. You've mentioned this to me a few times.
Because it's so good. So, you know, there's a lot in this book where there's a lot of inference. There's a lot of stuff where you put it in the fridge, you marinate it in the fridge, or you dry brine it. There's a lot of dry brining in here. And I'd never really done dry brining before I'd read this book. So the dry brining for me, especially on this brisket, with the rub that they say, is unbelievable. And the rub is so simple, you know, but the only thing that's really different, you know, is peppercorns, salt and pepper with a little bit of brown sugar.
Yeah.
And then they add fenugreek seeds.
Yeah.
That's the addition. Now, fenugreek is Indian spice for me. However, just try it. Just stick a brisket in the fridge for 24 hours with this rub on, and it's unbelievable. And I've said this loads of times. You will not get a better brisket than that.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. But yeah, that's the Genevieve book for me.
All our books are great.
Yeah, there's everyone.
Yeah.
One of the newer ones that I've been looking at is the Beefy Boys.
Yeah.
Again, I really like burgers at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I say at the moment, I've always liked burgers.
Yeah,
It's not a new thing, but and I've been trying different recipes in here. Again, I like the fact that it's given me more ideas rather than like you have to follow this recipe 100%.
I think with burgers, we got these books about the same time, didn't we? I think.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it quite a bit. And I think the thing that it's done for me, this book, because it's dead easy. And we have spoke about it, there's nothing wrong with it. Like sometimes it is just, you have your classic burger build.
Yeah.
And you fall back on.
It just elevates it though.
Yeah, having this, it just makes it a little bit more interesting.
Stuff is unbelievable.
And it suggests things that you wouldn't normally try.
I've done a few out of here, and it's unbelievable. But I have got a favourite, and the favourite is the Dirty Boy.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's my favourite, the Dirty Mayo, which is just, again, it's a really nice burger sauce.
Yeah.
Dead simple, and it's the one without the tomato in it.
Yeah.
That for me, banging. Smashed patties, banging, bacon, American cheese, and then, I mean, as if it can't get any better, you then cook these dirty onions, which it's on page 212, is the dirty onions.
Mm-hmm.
The dirty onions for me, it was like a taste sensation, if I'm honest with you. It was absolutely outrageous how good it was. Where is it now? Basically, all you do is you chop up a load of onions. Yeah. Onions, garlic, thyme, and then you cook it in beef dripping and beef stock.
Yeah.
Mate.
They'll be super rich, aren't they?
Oh my God, they were like jammy, beefy onions. I mean, I'm starving thinking about them right now, if I'm being totally honest. So, yeah, for me, right, they're my 3 books. I would get all 3 of them, honest. Yeah. They're all quite different as well, actually. Thinking about
very different. Very different.
Notice you've got a burger one, you've got a barbecue one, you've got a curry one.
Yeah, very different.
They're 3 quite different. But again, that's probably emulates my social media, really. I try and do as much different stuff as possible.
Yeah.
So there's them 3, and I've just got a new one. I'm not saying it's my favourite yet because I haven't cooked anything out of it. It's Big Zoo's Big Eats.
Right.
So I've not cooked anything out of it, but my first bookmarked recipe, which I really, really want to try on the barbecue, and I seen him cook it on this morning, I think it was, a sag paneer burger, bhaji burger.
Right. It looks
mega, so good.
Yeah, it does.
So you literally.
I'm not really played around with paneer.
But this is what I mean. I love paneer because I sometimes substitute chicken tikka in there.
Yeah.
So you've basically got paneer that's grilled, and I think it would be really good in the barbecue.
Yeah, it would be.
So you can grill the paneer on the barbecue. You get you do your bhajis. It gives you the recipe for the bhajis. I've got some in the freezer anyway, so I would maybe smash them down.
Yeah,
so I think it'll look pretty cool. Smash, almost like. Instead of having smash burgers, you've got smash bhajis on the barbecue, just to warm them through. Yeah. And then you've got a coriander chutney on one side, and then you've also got a sag, which is basically spinach, isn't it? Yeah. You've got spinach with chilies and Indian spices.
Yeah. It does look really good.
So
I've never seen this book before.
It's just come out.
I've seen it.
But I seen him do it on this morning the other day, and it just looked. I looked at it and thought, you know what, I wouldn't miss meat on that one. Because I do want to try maybe just once a week, just to go veg once a week, just because I do eat a lot of meat.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think that's why I've gone down this sort of like greens route with like leeks and hispi.
But this basically says, imagine curry in a bun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'll be down for that.
So yeah, there's loads of good recipes in it. I mean, that was just in the veg section. But yeah, teriyaki chicken, all these, we could easily, Iranian chicken, these are just like different cuisines that I probably haven't explored.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like Indian stuff, like African. Yeah. There's a lot of African stuff in here. Jollof rice. I love jollof rice.
Jollof rice, banging.
And he's done it with like diced lamb leg in there as well, just to add, to add a bit extra. So there's just a load of recipes in here that I really want to try and then sort of adapt to the barbecue. Moroccan chicken. Yeah. There's just a lot that I really would like. I mean,
it does look good. I'll have to look into that one.
Yeah. I just even just like lasagna and stuff like that. Again, I mean, I have my own lasagna and my own pizza recipes. Super malt short ribs.
Yeah. Super malt. Do you like super malt?
I don't know if I've ever tried super malt, you know.
I can't. It's not my favourite.
But they basically braise it in super malt and Maggi.
Yeah. I reckon like that would be okay.
So you do a dry rub and then... But again, you could just adapt this. The short ribs, when they're wrapped, just wrap them in a little bit of super malt.
Yeah. Braise them.
There's Scotch bonnets here as well.
Yeah, you love that.
My second favourite. So yeah, look,
It does look like a good book actually. It's really good. I like that it's not on one route. Every page you've turned over has been something like completely different.
yeah, but it's not just like one cuisine.
Yeah,
It's all different.
Yeah.
I think it's like, you know, he's from London. It's probably a real celebration of cuisine within London.
Yeah, and what he grew up around.
You know, and what he grew up around. You know, what everything. I think it's him and his two friends, and I think one of them's Iranian, one of them's from North Africa.
Right.
So it's quite a good. You know, they've got real good influence from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like some of that looks absolutely banging, and you could really do that on the barbecue. You could just, for me, you could, you know, okra soup. I quite like stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll have to look at that one.
Lamb stew with broad bean rice.
Yeah. That's what we'll make. I don't even know this book. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah, and again, I quite want to cook a bit more fish, to be honest. So, again, sumac sea bass with pepper sauce.
I've got a couple of fish recipes in the
Do you know
pipeline.
what I mean? Sumac sea bass with pepper sauce.
I'm going to do. I want to do a Goan fish curry.
I quite like going.
But I want to do the. So, like normally in a fish curry, you'll cook the fish in the sauce.
Yeah, you're gonna cook it.
I want to grill it, just not till it's cooked. I want to finish the cooking process in the sauce.
Yeah,
but I just want to get a little bit of char on it, a little bit of flavour on it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to probably try a little bit more going for, because Vindaloo is going. You know, have you ever had a proper going?
No, you said this before.
Very, very vinegary.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to try different things, different cuisines. That's what I want to try.
Yeah. I like doing that. I like pushing myself and trying new stuff. I think you've got to, otherwise you kind of get stuck in the rut of just like rotating the same 5 dishes all the time.
Yeah.
And especially with barbecue, sometimes it's like we always gone about chicken thighs, and I think that's a
but as long as you start spicing up with different flavours,
you put chicken thighs with a different side, a different sauce, it's an entirely different dish.
You chop it up with some sun-dried tomatoes and make it Italian style. There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah. So that's your 3 books plus a bonus. We'll probably revisit this, because my favourite book thing changes all the time. So that'd be pretty cool to revisit. But I think they're pretty awesome choices, mate. I think if you've not got these books, especially I think for me, if you're like hardcore barbecue, I think for me, if I was to of your choices, if I was to say go for that one, it'd be the Sid from Genevieve.
Yeah,
I just think it's a really good barbecue book.
Yeah, this one isn't a barbecue book as per.
Yeah.
It's just like I try and adapt anything to.
Yeah. But all Genevieve's books, I really like the veggie one. It's charred, and I gave you that one last time.
Charred, yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, tag us and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let us know what your favourite books are.
It's got a good idea.
Because you might have your favourite books we might have never heard of or not tried. So I love buying books. It's like an issue. It's an issue.
I've got loads.
It's an issue, man.
I'm terrible sometimes. I'm going to worry and try the rest of it.
I flick through. Do you know what I'm the worst for? My skills bad. Charity shops. Right. I go in looking for cookbooks.
Do you like all?
I've got some like really good, like the Leith's Cook School.
Yeah.
Like Prue Leith, like the cookery school. Yeah. I've got like their textbooks. Someone had obviously given to the thing. I've got like their textbooks with all like the mother sauces and all that kind of stuff. And I find, you get some, and like £3. Do you know what I mean? It's a £70 book for £3. But yeah, so that's Deck's top 3 with a bonus book. So announcements wise, we've already said about Alfresco Chapel, and by the time this goes out, it will have been yesterday. But if you didn't get there, if you're not too sure what Alfresco Chapel is, if you're in the north of England, Chorley, go and search it on Instagram and get down to the shop, because it is like a little treasure trove of barbecues. It's a great place to hang out, and the guys there, like super informative, and whatever they don't know isn't worth knowing about barbecue. Let's put it that way. So if you're in the market for a barbecue and you want,
they are barbecue as well. Man.
Yeah, if you want honest advice, not someone just trying to sell you something at the highest price tag, then go and speak to Adam and Steve. They'll look after you. something that was just announced today. We did mention it because we spoke about it last time when we were talking about our influencers that we think you should follow. One of them was James Peck.
Yeah.
And we've spoken to him quite a bit, and he's been a little bit more active on Instagram of late. We are actually supposed to be going down and eating at his restaurant soon. We'll have to try and get that booked in, but we're just so busy. But he's started to do collabs on Instagram with different people. He's been filming with someone today, which is a fellow Globaltic charcoal user, so go and check out the stories. You'll see that
he's smoking meat, fanging meat.
Yeah. Some of the stuff he's doing at the minute is really good. And some of the stuff James is doing is really good. So that he's doing his midweek dinners, really easy cooks, things like that, which is super cool. Yeah. And he did a really sort of movie-esque one. Did you see it where he's in the little truck and he's got the new block?
Oh, I did. Sorry, that's it.
The new block thing and the new Gosney and both cooking on it. That was pretty cool. But his message today, we speak to each other quite frequently because he's at one of the festivals that we're going to be going to. In a few weeks, he's going to come up to Manchester to be on the pod, record on one of the episodes. We're going to try and tie it in, I think. It probably depends on you with work. It's a bit easier for me. But try and do it. Get him to come and film some content, maybe down at the farm.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if I'll get some dates in. If you're able just to get over, it'll be great. But yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and shout out James Peck, give him a tag him, and all that kind of stuff, and follow him if you're not already following. But I think that's pretty much it, mate. Is there anything we've forgotten about? I think we nothing's blew up anyway. Episode 13, we seem to have done all right. It was light when we started. It's dark now.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening. Episode 14 next. We are gonna hit a point where we're gonna have a little break.
Yeah, we're gonna do a season, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have a break for about a month. So we're gonna take a month off, and that'll be the end of season 1. But we won't just drop it on you. We need to have a chat and just look at our schedules. It'll probably be over the summer whilst we're on summer holidays and stuff like that. Yeah. But then we'll be coming back with season 2, bigger and better. There's loads of things happening.
We've got loads in the pipeline
that we just don't seem to have time to sit down and nail down specifics on. But yeah, keep tagging us, keep shouting us out, tag us in your cooks, show us what you're cooking. I do try and share every time anyone tags us, I do try and share everything on our stories, and we'll keep doing that because we want to promote the community. Same as Barbecue Up North. Barbecue Up North is doing exactly the same thing. We're kind of following suit with them guys, just try to help the community as much as we can, so go and give them a follow as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for listening. We always forget.
Did you miss the tagline?
Well, not the tagline yet. I always forget. Make sure you're following us on Instagram.
Yeah.
From the Shack Pod. Make sure you're following us on TikTok, even though we're not posting anything on there for ages, but I am going to start doing it. There is a Facebook group as well. Follow our personal accounts, the Cheshire_Grill and Charred Food Co. and also Cheshire BBQ School. It's greatly appreciated. Just give us a tag, a shout out and all that kind of stuff. Until then, keep the fires lit.
The flames burning. So bad, mate.
And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. A big thank you to our sponsor Thermopen, the ultimate thermometer for perfectly cooked food every single time. Head over to thermopen.co.uk and use the code SHACK20 for 20% off anything on the website. That's SHACK20. Go over there now and order your new Thermopen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube for more barbecue content. You can find Deck at Cheshire Grill on Instagram, myself at Charred Food Co. And obviously the barbecue school is at Cheshire BBQ School, all on Instagram. Go and check them out. Give them a follow and a share and support if you can. If you're interested in sponsoring the podcast, getting a shout out or having something announced, get in touch. We do love to chat and we do want to help everybody else in the community as much as we possibly can. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time.